We've been studying the Creek Native Americans, so I put together some helpful information on one of their chiefs, William McIntosh.
One of the more controversial people in Georgia history is William McIntosh. His father was Scottish, his mother was a Creek Indian. McIntosh was a man of two worlds. One was white and one was Native American. Because he fought well against the British in the War of 1812, he was made a general in the United States Army. Because he was respected by the Creeks, he was one of their chiefs. They called him the White Warrior. In 1823, McIntosh built a hotel and a tavern at Indian Springs near Jackson. He was a wealthy man. But the Creek Nation was struggling. The Creeks owned millions of acres of land in Georgia, but the government wanted it. They wanted to sell it to white farmers to grow cotton and other profitable crops. But the Creeks had lived here for many generations, and this was a sacred place to them. In fact, it was against Creek law to sell the land.
The Creeks believed in a sort of communal life and lived in communities or townships, and the land was held in common. Europeans believed in ownership, and when two worlds collide with different ideas about ownership, the stage is set for conflict.
The result was armed conflict. Part of the Creek Nation wanted to fight for their land, and they fought fiercely. But in the end, they were outnumbered by the U.S. Army. There were other Creeks who wanted to negotiate a peaceful settlement with the government, who thought that the Indians should sell their land and leave Georgia while the government was still willing to pay. McIntosh was one of them. This is what he said.
The white tide rises. We can't stop it. And if we don't sell, we will be cast aside, homeless, and treated like animals without any place to go.
There were many treaties signed over the years, each one selling more Creek land to the government. Finally, on February 12, 1825, Chief William McIntosh signed the Treaty of Indian Springs here at his hotel. The treaty gave the United States government the last Creek land in Georgia in return for $200,000 paid to Chief McIntosh and a few other Creek chiefs. Many Creeks accused McIntosh of breaking their law against selling land.
For Chief McIntosh's deed, he was executed according to Creek law at that time. No Creek chief could sign a treaty selling Creek land.